the circus, the true crime YouTube scene, where drama's the star and the facts aren't so clean. She's on her channel, she's screaming with flair. J Ducks, poor Nana, her address is bare. The drama volcano, it's ready to blow. Subs grab their popcorn for the Crama Show. It's Crama's true crime circus, round and round we go. Not much truth, just trauma, stealing all the show. Narcissism, borderline, maybe psychopathy, fueling all the chaos in this YouTube spree.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I told you I'd be back. I missed you yesterday, though, so I apologize for that. Okay, we're going to do this quick little live because I am very confused. Another situation with Trisha that leaves me completely baffled. I'm very confused. Okay, so y'all know about Beth B, correct? Beth B is a friend of the Web Sleuths channel, and she gave hella money to Stacy and Pong or Ping or whatever his name is, and Trisha. And Trisha actually moved from Utah to Dallas to her friend Beth B. Beth B's real name is Janet, moved her, paid for it. Some people speculate that she even paid for like Trisha's apartment. Like, it's a weird story, guys. It is very strange, okay? And, you know, we don't talk about stories that are just kind of normal, right? We cover things that are a mystery, that are strange and curious. So her friend, her 84-year-old friend, who pays her to move from Utah to an apartment that's only just a few miles from Beth B's house, where Beth B is now shelling out $50,000-$60,000 to Trisha in a year. We're now left with this very odd story where she says she changes her backdrop on her YouTube videos. And she says, you have to thank Beth B. Beth B did all this work. She made it possible to have this beautiful backdrop. The problem was that Beth B died in May of 2025, but the background of the video didn't change until like the start of 2026. So 5-6 months after she died, how's she paying your way exactly, Trisha, if she's been gone for 6 months when you get your new backdrop? Or all the clothes, the dramatic change in the clothes and the jewelry, even from what Lauren Matthias said, you had like plastic surgery, maybe not plastic surgery, maybe it was like Botox or filler or something. So you had these elective procedures to enhance your beauty. And I'm just curious, that is very expensive. Like, I know how much it costs whenever I go to the doctor and get filler or whatever. It's super expensive. So how do you suddenly come into a buttload of cash months after this lady dies, and you attribute all of the greatness to Beth B? She is the source of the dramatic change in your channel, right? So it's a mystery. We're a little perplexed by it. We're curious. It's strange. And so we get this story that they're all these, good friends, and all this. Well, then Beth B dies in May. And then Trisha jumps up, I think it was December, January, maybe. She jumps up and gets an attorney and goes to the district attorney and says, make me the executor of Beth B's will or her estate. Now, maybe that doesn't sound weird to you, but what about if I told you that Beth B's estate was $1 million? Yeah, right? Now things get really uncomfortable. Wait a minute. She's got a Lexus that's paid off. She's got some kind of little Honda or something that's paid off. She's got a $250,000 house that's been paid off since 1993 or 1992. I'm a little confused, Trisha. If you were the one that Beth B was spending all her time with, and you know everything about this woman, why didn't she give you power of attorney? She gave power of attorney to Daphne, but she didn't give it to you, did she? She didn't even give you medical power of attorney. And for that matter, if she wanted to leave you assets, she's a smart enough woman to know that that needs to be on a piece of paper. Her signature needs to be there. There need to be 2 witnesses, right? And yet, she didn't. And then I think the biggest mystery of all up until today, the biggest mystery of all was that when she died, you went running up to the hospital by your own story. You went running up to the hospital and you stole her telephone. You took her phone, you took her purse, and you split. And your exact words on your channel were, believe me, there's people that want that phone. Wow. That is very interesting. You are a person with absolutely no legal claim whatsoever to any of her assets, but you felt entitled to not only steal her phone and her purse, but to put the phone in a Faraday bag so you could hide it? From who? The executor of the estate, Daphne? That's who? All right. Now we have a mystery, another mystery over at Web Sleuths. All right. So let me get the video up. I mean, I am blown away by the curiosity that is Trisha. I have spent all these years believing she's a credible, ethical, honest YouTube creator, right? And in the past, 3 months, we have learned a whole new side to this little lady. So we have yet another mystery with Trisha. And I like her outfit. Her outfit's very pretty today. But we're going to listen to this and we're going to hear how horrified Trisha is. Trisha is traumatized, mystified, stupefied. She's a mess. Somebody did something horrible, like really horrible. Are y'all ready for this? Here we go.
Stephanie Ferraro.
Oh, what'd she say?
That I can't put it down. You might have read that already. The book.
Oh, yeah. I did. No, I didn't read that.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I have to comment. Jay's Amaze. I just looked at their channel. They have Skyrim videos. Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, I have to go watch them.
Oh my gosh. Stacy Ribbit is perfectly excited about Skyrim videos. For those of you that don't know, it's a video game. It's like a little adventure video game. But Trisha is in crisis. Now, I don't know why the executive producer, Stacy Ribbit, I don't know why she would not be being supportive of Trisha and her trauma, but she doesn't seem to be disturbed by it. She's getting all, her toes are curling because she gets to go watch somebody watch Skyrim videos or play Skyrim. Stacy, why aren't you being empathetic to your queen? Now we're about to find out why Trisha is in crisis.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A video game I play.
God, you're such a geek.
I know. I have to go watch the Skyrim video.
Learn that.
Is she a nut? Does she have $1 million?
You know, before I read the forward, I had something really upsetting happen.
Oh gosh.
And Stacy, you're like me. When you get mad, you cry.
Oh, I definitely can tell Stacy's furious, right? Oh, I can't get to go watch some Skyrim videos. I'm not even going to play the game. I'm just going to watch it. Somebody else play it. Trisha's traumatized, y'all. Can you tell? Can you tell how upset she is? Stacy, you're like me. When you get mad, you cry. Okay, she's preparing her audience. She's putting out flags that say, here we go. It is my job to upset you, and it is your job to be upset and give me your money. All right, so just get ready. We got a heads up. This is about to be grifting, sad fishing content. She's so upset, y'all. She's so upset.
I do. And I don't know what's going on because I'm not paying attention to all the noise out there.
So she's not paying attention to Jolene Lunzer, which is a damn shame because Jolene Lunzer is one funny lady. Okay. She is a hoot. If you're having a bad day, just go watch Jolene Lunzer. You'll be awesome. Okay. She's a funny lady. But Trisha is not paying attention. She's not listening. But she immediately starts like calling out people that they did horrible things to the dead Beth B.
But I had a friend call me, Larry, my friend.
Yeah.
Called me all upset. He was all upset.
Oh, so it's not, okay, guys, it's not just Trisha who's upset. The faceless Larry, too, is upset. This is going to be bad, don't y'all think? If y'all think that we're about to hear a horrible tragedy, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that this is just more nonsense by Trisha, put a 2.
He had found an obituary.
Dun, dun, dun. He found an obituary. Was it your obituary, Trisha? Was it Larry's own? Like, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Riddle me this, Trisha. Why was Larry Google searching Janet Walford's obituary? I'm just curious. I'm just curious, sincerely, because according to Trisha, Beth B did not want a obituary. Now, I can categorically say this is the only time in the history of my entire life that I've heard someone on the deathbed say, please, please take my $1 million, take my house, take my money too. But whatever you do, don't leave me an obituary. I've never heard that. That's a new one. I mean, most people that are dying, they're like watching the angels dancing over their head, right? Reaching out, trying to touch them. That whole thing that we can see videos of online, right? No, not according to Trisha. Trisha's little payday, her beloved money bags, her deathbed request was, take my Lexus, take my car, take my $1 million, but don't write an obituary. Okay, so if that is in fact Beth B's final wishes. And all of the inner circle, those who were in Beth B's circle of trust, well, wouldn't they know that Beth B didn't want an obituary? All of you guys that were taking Beth B's money to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, you even took the poor lady's clothes out of her closet, for God's sake. You don't think those few of you that were benefiting greatly by Beth B's cash and maybe dementia, where she's handing her cash out like wildfire, you don't think that all of you guys knew that she didn't want an obituary? Who thinks they knew? That damn morphine will get you every time, Kelly. Every last time. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Let's think about this. This picture that Trisha has painted of her familial relationship with the 84-year-old moneybags Beth B. Right? The way she talks about him, I knew everyone in her life. I knew who she was calling on the phone. I knew everyone she texted with. Y'all remember that nonsense? Remember that foolishness? So you're going to tell me that Larry and Trisha and Stacy Ribbit, you're going to tell me they didn't know that Beth B didn't want an obituary? I mean, it honestly sounds like they had kidnapped Beth B and they had locked the house down, not allowing anyone near her, to make sure they kept all that delicious, lovely money in the Web Sleuth family, correct? Okay, Trisha, so here's my question, honey. Why is Larry Googling Janet Walford's name after a year after her damn death? Why exactly? I'm so confused, Trisha. What would be the need after almost a year? Literally 11 months. Why was Larry sleuthing? Why was he sleuthing on Janet Walford? Oh, Kelly, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, Retha, I am sick of being sick. I can promise you that. So Trisha, we do not understand why your friend Larry is stalking up on Beth B a year after her death. That's weird. Like, don't most people do their internet stalking like in the weeks following the death or in the days following the death? You find everything out there that there is to learn about the person that passed away. And then a year later, it's out of your head. You already know what's out there. She was an 84-year-old woman. She had no family or friends, according to you. Seems like she did have a friend or two. Seems like someone else is getting in there on that $1 million action, and Trisha's not very happy about that. Right? So let's take a listen. Nobody ever tells us why Larry is internet sleuthing on a woman who has been in heaven for a year. No. We are not gifted that little morsel of truth. So let's see what the Trisha in crisis, let's see what she has to offer here.
Posted about Beth B. And I said, well, no, What are you talking about? It was so hard to understand him. He was so upset, and he was trying, and I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Finally,
He was crying a year after she died? Why is he crying? Oh, he needed money? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I figured it out. Somebody made an obituary for our friend Beth B.
Oh, yeah. It was a lady named Dr. Sophia Grace Reyna. Oh, MD. Yeah. And she signed it a friend of the family. Gosh, Trisha. Sounds like there might have been some family out there, eh? This is really making it very, very complicated to get your little paws on Beth B's cash, isn't it? This is very unfortunate. So disturbing to you and Larry. Oh my God, what happened? She said she didn't have anybody. She said she was alone. She said she had no family, no friends. And here, voila, we have someone who signs the obituary, a friend of the family.
And posted it on some memorial site. I don't know how he found this. I don't know what. I'm going to have to call him later because I was getting ready to do this. But he read it to me. Beth B did not want an obituary. She absolutely did not want one.
What? I gotta listen to it again. Every time she says it, he gets me. Every time she says it, let's listen again. And y'all laugh real loud. So loud that Texas can hear you laughing.
Call him later because I was getting ready to do this. But he read it to me. Beth B did not want an obituary. She absolutely did not want one, which is why there wasn't one.
Oh. Listen, Trisha, you had absolutely nothing to do with this lady's death. Nothing. You were not the power of attorney. You were not her medical power of attorney. You did not have a will. You were not named in her will. You didn't even have any idea that she even had a will. You were taken completely by surprise when Daphne, the power of attorney, the investment analyst, the one who was named in her will and the one that had her will, came out of the woodwork. You were shocked. Were you just so surprised that an 84-year-old woman still had enough mental faculty to say, I'm going to help this little lady, this little woman from Utah. I'm going to help her, but I'm not going to tell her everything because I'm not quite sure she's trustworthy. I'm not quite sure I can trust Trisha. I'll help her. I'll be your friend. I'll try to help her gussy up her channel, dress nice. But I ain't telling her everything about my business. But Daphne, the woman that came forward with an actual will, that woman had known Janet Walford for decades. They worked together. She advised Janet Walford to the point that not only did Janet Walford pay off her house in 19 years or 17 years, she also grew her estate to over $1 million. Let's take a guess, guys. The authentic original gems. Let's take a guess. Who thinks that Daphne and Janet were great friends? If you think they were great friends over the course of decades, where Janet trusted Daphne to invest her money and to advise her and to tell her how it is to pay off a house. If you think that they were great friends, put a 1. But if you think that Janet moved this weird little lady from Utah out to Texas, paid her rent to live nearby, and spilled her secrets, wanted to give her her house and her car and her millions of dollars after knowing her for 2 years, 1 year, put a 2. Do you really believe that a woman who invested her money, had a will, had an actual investor, paid off her own house, never married, but paid her house off, grew her estate to $1 million with a friend who stayed with her for 20, 30 years? What do you guys think happened? I believe, my opinion, that Janet did not trust Trisha. I think she wanted to be Trisha's friend. I think she was Trisha's friend. I think she did invest in the channel and buy computers and teach Trisha how to dress and how to make her hair nice. I think Janet did all of that, but I also think that Janet was a modern woman. She was an educated woman, and she knew damn well, do not share information about your private business related to money, investments, housing. Don't do that. Janet and Daphne were a team. And you know how I know this? My dad had a lady that he went, 50 years? She was his investment manager. She would yell at my dad and say, "You better stop spending money." Yeah. It was hilarious. It was funny. And they were tied as thieves. My dad didn't go around telling everybody how much he had. My dad didn't even share with his own son or some people that what he had. But with this lady, oh yeah, she knew everything about his financial picture, and that was as far as he went in terms of spreading that information out. I think Janet knew not to share too much with Trisha. Right? Oh, she was so pretty, Mind Swimmers. She's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. Absolutely. And I think that too, Elizabeth. I think that this 84-year-old woman was still really, really sharp in her mind. And I think she saw the manipulation. I think she could see what was happening, and she made a choice. I like being involved with the YouTube channel. I like helping these people get the equipment they need. I'm sure that she enjoyed decorating, helping Trisha with a makeover. I'm sure she enjoyed all of that. And yet she did not share the realities of her money. I believe that. She had a trusted person, which was Daphne, and Daphne had all the information. And now I'm beginning to wonder, is Daphne related to Sophia Grace Reyna? I mean, there's a question there, right? It's curious. Or is maybe Dr. Reyna, is she maybe she's like a niece or a great niece of one of Beth B's sisters or brothers, right? But there's no doubt about it. There was an obituary written that was honorable, and she signed it, a friend of the family. All right. But Trisha's so upset, guys. Trisha knew everything about Beth B. She was the keeper of Janet Walford. I don't know. I'm scared to ask the question, Trisha. Did you lock poor Janet up in her house and refuse to let her out? Like, the way you're talking is scaring me to death.
We did do a memorial service that was private. That's it. Nobody needs to know about it. It was nobody's business. But when he read me this obituary, Stacy, I was so upset because it has a lot of private information
Mm-hmm.
in there that
you didn't know. There was a lot of details about Beth B and her real life that Trisha had no idea about.
I can guarantee you, if Beth B, she was here, she'd be so upset. She did not want this. And what?
Oh my God. Was she a hooker? Was Beth B a pole dancer? Did she do armed robbery? What horrible, terrible, embarrassing secrets was Janet Walford trying to hide by requesting no obituary? Well, let me read it to you. All right. And here we go. Janet Walford, 85, passed away on May 17, 2025, following a prolonged and private illness. Gosh, that's very respectful. She was born on July 19th, 1939 in McKinney, Texas, in the closing years of the Great Depression. Janet was the only child of William Phillips Walford, a local merchant and postmaster, and Mona Pearl Davis Walford, a school teacher. Both of her parents were members of large established pioneer families whose roots run deep in Collin County. So that means there are relatives in Collin County. Either William Walford or the mother, Mona Pearl, they have family there, right? Janet graduated from the original McKinney Boyd High School in 1956 at the age of 16. Damn. So she wasn't pole dancing. She was smart. She was studying. Janet was also a gifted musician. She earned a scholarship at Texas Christian University. Oh my God. Where she studied music education and participated in the marching band, the orchestra, and the National Music Fraternity, Mu Phi Epsilon. Wow, nothing embarrassing yet. Does anybody see anything here that she would want to hide and not have out there for the world to know? Following her graduation in 1960, Janet began her career in education, teaching music to middle and high school students in Weatherford, Texas for 2 years. This was followed by a year teaching in Amarillo. She later returned to North Texas to continue her studies at North Texas State University, where she earned a master's degree in library and information science. After a brief tenure with the university library, Janet began a long and distinguished career in 1968 with Mobil Gas Corporation in research and development. This is wild. There's no prostitution going on here, Trisha. Janet remained with Mobil for 32 years, retiring in the year 2000. In 1980, Janet purchased her home in Duncanville, Texas, where she would reside for the remainder of her life. She paid off her mortgage in 1993. So she paid it off in 13 years. Quite an accomplishment. This was a reflection of the careful and deliberate way she managed her affairs. Does this exactly sound like a woman who would die with $1 million and not have a will? What do y'all think? I don't think so. I think she had a will, Trisha, and you were not in it. Janet was preceded in death by her father in 1973 and her mother in 2003, as well as many dear and long-standing friends. So she stayed in contact with her mom her whole life. She retired in 2000. Her mom died 3 years after she retired. I would expect they were really good friends up to the end, right? She will be remembered for her independence, her quiet generosity, and the steady, self-sustained life she built on her own terms. In accordance with her wishes, those who would like to honor her memory are encouraged to make a donation in her name to the Tri-City Animal Shelter and Adoption Center of Cedar Hill, Texas. The same animal shelter named in her will. Now, look, don't forget, Trisha is horrified. She is dumbfounded that someone could do something so horrible as to honor Janet Walford's amazing, brilliant, golden life with that impressive write-up. Who signed it? A friend of the family. But let's just see. Maybe Trisha will give us some insight into why she's so upset.
Obituary. Stacy, I was so upset because it has a lot of private information in there that I can guarantee you, if Beth B, she was here, she'd be so upset.
What do you think is private? That she graduated from college and she got a master's degree and she taught schools successfully and she got a job at Mobile where she stayed for 32 years. What? Which part of that is private exactly? Oh, you don't like the part where it is revealed that she was conscientious, organized, and methodical, because that's going to make it real hard for you to make the argument that Beth B told you she wanted you to have everything, but she didn't write it down. Sure.
Did not want this. And what I can't figure that.
Okay.
Flip out.
What?
And that's, what are you sending me? I have to stop and look at it now. Do I
Oh
need
my
to look at it or
God,
should I keep going?
Trisha, what are you so upset about?
What now I don't even know what I was saying.
Must
What
not
was
have
I
been
saying? Does
true.
anybody-
Flip out.
Oh, flip out. Yeah.
Oh.
I can't figure.
Who thinks this is a script? Who thinks this was written out and she's following exactly what they wrote? Because otherwise, how is it that all Stacy has to do is say flip out? She goes, oh yeah. I remember now, flip out. Listen, do you think they have a script? Listen. Come on, computer.
What I now I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Does
You would
anybody?
flip out.
Oh, flip out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't figure out, and I don't want to say the word flip, but I will. Whoever did this, why they did it? Whoever did this didn't know Beth B at all, didn't know her.
Yep.
Never.
But wait. How do you know, Trisha? You don't know. You have been surprised at every step in this death. You have been surprised. You were in shock that Daphne had a will. You were in shock about that. You are the one that didn't know this lady, not the friend of the family that knew everything about her history and background, teaching, her degrees, her work, her family members. You're the one that didn't know.
Met her, and she never wanted an obituary. My God, I was with her every day. She did not want an obituary. Okay, that's why there wasn't one. That's why
there was one. There was one. It was written by Sophia Grace Reyna, an MD, a friend of the family. There is an obituary. It's there. You are the one with a stolen telephone in a Faraday bag so that they can't trace it and find it. You are, sister.
No announcement anywhere. It was what she wanted. I am so insulted by the intrusion of this person.
She is insulted by the intrusion in her scam that was going to yield $1 million payoff. How dare you, Dr. Reyna? How dare you put an accurate obituary out there and sign it a family friend? How dare you, Daphne, to come out with an actual, real, legitimate will? How dare you, bitches? She is insulted that you are messing up her grift.
I can't, and I don't know who this person is. I have no idea. Larry read me the name.
Apparently, you didn't know Beth B better than anyone else. I'm going to go with the first answer. Daphne knew Beth B more than anybody else. And it may have been Daphne who said, now, Janet, I know you've made friends with this lady from Utah. I know that you made some friends online and you're helping them buy some equipment, but keep your financial situation private. You can't trust people. I guarantee you that was Daphne's message. Otherwise, Trisha, explain to us why you dashed up to the hospital of a dead woman so that you could take her cell phone and put it in a Faraday bag. And there's people out there looking for that phone, by God. I don't know why the Dallas police haven't come knocking on your damn door.
And I'm like, do you recognize that name? He's like, no. Like, I don't either. I have no idea who it is. No idea where they came from. Nothing. But it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
And I don't know if there's anything I can do about it.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. Well, I'm sorry. I read the entire obituary to you guys. Does anybody think the obituary was disgusting? Did you feel that there were embarrassing facts contained in the obituary? What was it? Was it a disgusting, horrible write-up? Or did it honor a woman's life that we should all strive to have the same kind of enthusiasm for living? Why? She took the phone and the purse and then hid the phone from Daphne, the person who was power of attorney, the person who had the will, the person that knew everything about Beth B's finances. It was such a beautiful obituary, written brilliantly. Absolutely. What is this strange little woman from Utah talking about? What's wrong with her, y'all? Is she scared? Does she feel like she has to act this way so she doesn't become a part of an investigation? What was the purpose of this insanity? This is a trip.
Did not want an obituary. Okay. That's why there wasn't one. That's why there was no announcement anywhere.
Okay, but there
It
was a
was
will.
what she wanted. I am so insulted by the intrusion of this person.
Oh my God.
I can't, and I don't know who this person is. I have no idea.
But you know everything. You know everything about Beth B. That $1 million was as good as yours, wasn't it?
Larry read me the name, and I'm like, do you recognize that name? He's like, no. Like, I don't either. I have no idea who it is. No idea where they came from.
Florida.
Nothing, but it's disgusting. And I don't know if there's anything I can do about it.
Why would you? It's none of your business. It's literally none of your business. You literally, the minute that she took her last breath, your ties with her were over. She left nothing legal saying that you were entitled to anything or that you had any kind of power to plan anything. All of that rests in the hands of the financial advisor, best friend for decades, Daphne. So what are you talking about? I don't know what to do. I don't think I can get it removed. I think you're scared, Trisha. I think you're terrified because the grift has been revealed and you don't want to become the focus of another investigation.
I think they're doing it for attention, for money.
Well, look, Stacy Ribbit has never been accused of being brilliant, okay? But maybe she is, and I'm the dumb one. What does that mean? I think they're doing it for money. When is the last time that anyone got rich writing obituaries? Come on, guys, help me here. Help me. Have you ever known anyone? Yeah, go back to the Circle case, Stacy. Have you guys ever known anybody that made a lot of money writing obituaries? Hey, listen, I wrote my dad's obituary. I wrote his obituary. I had it put in the newspaper. $700. $700. People don't pay you to write obituaries, Stacy. You pay the newspapers to print the obituaries. Know what I mean? So no, wrong. Nobody's getting rich off of someone writing a tribute to Janet Walford's amazing, independent, well-lived life. Yeah. Expert of all says, Trisha said, I'm telling you, it was the animal shelter trying to steal her money. She told me they wanted the money to go to Othram. I know. She's so ridiculous. This is the wild. I am telling you, YouTube streets have been on fire lately.
Somewhere else that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it has to do with whatever, with all that other crap going on that again, I don't even go near because.
What crap? What you talking about, sister? What crap? What other crap? What you talking about? I'm confused. Come on, Trisha, use your words like a big girl.
Because now people are jumping in because they're like, oh, I can make money off this.
Yeah.
Well, how are we going to make money off of it? Stacy Ribbit, how are we going to make money? I am so confused. You guys, you girls, y'all got a grift game going on that must be amazing, because the idea that someone could write an obituary and make money. I wrote the $700 check for my dad's obituary. I wrote it. Nobody else helped me pay. My mom didn't give me my money. My brothers didn't give me any money. I paid it, the whole thing. I'm mystified. How does one make money off of writing a tribute to a person that has passed away? How? These chickadees.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, she
exactly.
would be mortified
Oh,
and
God.
Oh,
you know,
God.
like it she
Look at her
we've said
holding her chin. God. Tugging at her chin in such a worrisome way, or it could be that chin hair that keeps popping back, right? She got a problem with a beard. Sure, she's got beard issues. All right. Listen to how she's acting. She's acting like it's been unveiled that Janet was a heroin addict. Listen to this. This is the funniest thing.
Going on that again, I don't even go near because
you know, because now people are jumping in because they're like, oh, I can make money off this.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, she
exactly.
would be mortified
Oh,
and
God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just so wrong. Come on, guys. Is this real? What's wrong with it? What in the hell is this? This is so funny. You know what I wonder? I had the weirdest thought. When I was first watching this, I was trying to make sense of it. I was like, what's the dealio? Like, why? Like, there's a lot of people that are dying of cancer that they write their own obituary so that it's a testament to their life, right? It's like autobiographical. I was trying to make sense of why would this 84-year-old lady who lived alone or let's say independently, because she was living in the same town as her mom and everything, paid off her own house. Her mom might have even been living with her. She paid off a Lexus and another car. She built up her investments to over $1 million. It's not a foolish, silly woman. This is a serious woman. She's an intelligent, bright, serious lady. Why would she have cared about an obituary? Why would she care? This reaction that the little lady from Utah is having is very odd. And I had the weirdest thought when I was trying to work through this. I was thinking about Lauren Matthias, if you can imagine that. Is Lauren Matthias watching this, or John even? Are they watching this and thinking, oh, Trisha, bad move, man. What are you doing? This is so weird. But according to the strange little woman from Utah, she says it's horrible. Oh, it's disgusting. I thought it was an incredibly nice and wonderful factual write-up to honor Janet Wolford's life.
you know, like we've said before, she was very generous to people, all kinds of people, and she didn't like anybody to know. She kept it a secret.
Absolutely. And Jules and me, this has nothing to do with the establishment for the estate, it has nothing to do with that.
Well, how do you know? Because you're not a part of the estate. You're not a part of the legal proceedings. Nobody at the courthouse even gives a shit about you other than, oh, look, here's another grifter trying to cash in on a rich lady's money.
At all, I promise you. And I know what you mean by that, but no. But you're right, Stacy. She was very generous to a lot of people, and she kept
Not just me. She wasn't just generous to me, Mr. Police Officer. I wasn't the only one that was taking her money. There's a lot of us that were. Stacy Ribbit took money. Ping Pong took money. Larry took money. She even came back after death and she gave me money so that I could decorate my YouTube channel. And I'm not the only one. She gave to lots of money, lots of people, Mr. Police Officer. I didn't do anything. I didn't exploit an elderly geriatric person. Not me.
Never wanted it out there, you know, while she was alive.
What?
Right.
Well, that's great then. You know why? Look at that look on her face, like right there. She just said, "Oh shit, I can't believe I said that." Listen again what she says. Real close.
Do with that at all, I promise you. And I know what you mean by that, but no. But you're right, Stacy. She was very generous to a lot of people, and she kept it. Never wanted it out there, you know, while she was alive.
Well, wait. While she was alive, she went out there while she was alive, right? She just wanted to die with nobody knowing she died. She didn't want anybody to know she died. She didn't want anybody to know she had $1 million. She didn't want anybody to know that she had a house paid off. She did not want anybody to know that. And she didn't want any announcement of her death. And she didn't want anybody to be aware. None. None. I'm sorry, Trisha. You're completely irrational. Oh, while she was alive. Okay, well, then you're off the hook here. You know why? Because she's dead. I mean, at least that's what you said. You claimed that she was dead, but the way you're acting is a little strange right now. Oh, she never wanted an announcement of her death. She wanted no one to know that she was dead while she was alive. She's not alive, is she? Didn't you say she died? Didn't you say you were there? You got her phone and her purse for safekeeping to hide it away from the terrible Daphne. They're coming for you, girl. You better get on your horse and go back to Utah as fast as you can, because Texas, they don't play. Those Texas Rangers, they don't play. The Texas penal system, we have a fast lane to the death chair. They're not going to be happy with you, Trisha, if it comes out that you were taking Janet Walford's money and possessions while she was lying in a hospital dying, while she might have been old with some dementia. I was with her every day. I knew everything. I knew everyone she talked to. I'm the only one. I have ultimate power. I think you might be in trouble, Trisha, judging by your emotional state here. The irrational nonsense that we're listening to. What'd you do?
Right. And like I
What did you
accidentally
do?
figured some things out. I had no idea,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where a certain thing came from. I had no clue, but I had figured it out one day.
Yeah.
You know,
You had no idea where a certain thing came from. What, are you in possession of stolen goods, Stacy Ribbit? Is that what's happening here? I think there's trouble, actually.
While she was alive.
right. And
All right, now. I wish I could make this zoomed in closer, okay? But I can't. It's literally, I use my touch screen to make it very big and then zoomed in as much as possible. This is it. This is all we got. If you need to pick your computer up and hold it 3 inches from your face, do it, okay? Watch her face. when she says, when she was alive. She grimaces as she holds her hands tightly together, as if she is praying. So be ready when she says, while she was alive. Watch the grimace. Watch her grab, her hands are tightly held together, and she stays in a praying stance.
Kept it, never wanted it out there, while she was alive.
Right. And like I
See that?
accidentally figured some things
Oh.
out. I had no idea,
Mm-hmm.
Where a certain thing came.
Trisha, what in the hell have you done? You want some advice, Trisha? Here's what you need to do. You need to hire an attorney, and you need to go up to the police station, and you need to tell the truth. You do not want to spend the rest of your days in a Texas prison. I promise you. You're going to be a lot better off in a Utah prison. This is not it, honey. We don't play here. Our Texas guys, they don't have any empathy or care for criminals.
From. I had no clue, but I had figured it out one day.
Yeah.
Right. No clue.
Jules, I can guarantee you that that's not what this is at all. Not even. And I know what you mean by that. No, this isn't it. This isn't it. I am so disgusted by whoever this piece of garbage is that did this.
Ooh, those are some strong words coming from the strange little lady from Utah. Those are the strongest words. I am disgusted. Well, you know what, Trisha? Let's be fair. I'm pretty disgusted myself. And I'm curious what you've done. And my whole channel is wondering, what are we watching, for God's sake? We read the obituary. It is lovely. Lovely. It is factual. It is verified. What is wrong with you is what we're all asking.
So disgusted by whoever this piece of garbage is that did this.
It's a piece of garbage. That piece of garbage would be Dr. Sophia Grace Reyna. That's the piece of garbage. So I'd be real careful with what I said about her. I'm going to guess that she's got lots of money to take your ass to court.
You didn't know, Bethby. You did not.
How do you know? How exactly do you know that she didn't? She said she's a friend of the family. How can you be so certain that Beth B wasn't on to you? How?
Not know her, okay? I would know if you knew her.
How? How would you know? How?
And whoever,
are you like the Misery woman? Did you keep her doped up on painkillers, have her tied to the bed, break her knees so she couldn't get away from you, get out of your clutches as you waited for her to die? How do you know? Because if you ask me, Sophia Grace Reyna knew everything about this woman going back even 80 years. She knew about Janet's mom and dad. She knew about her early college. She knew about her teaching. She knew about both of the parents' families had pioneer families that settled in this area in Carrollton, Texas. Dr. Grace knows Dr. Reyna knows a hell of a lot more than you know, lady. What were you doing? Were you keeping that woman fast asleep and keeping her locked up in her house? This is getting very dark.
whoever you are, I have no idea who you are. I don't know if I can get this taken down. I'm not her blood relative. There's probably nothing I can do.
It's none of your damn
And
business.
now the one thing she didn't want was all of this personal information out there.
Well, there's something else she didn't want, Trisha. She didn't want you to have her estate. So there's that, right? Daphne's already proven that. I don't know. What do you guys think of this? Is this just amazing? Dream Feed Media, if you wrote that obituary, you did a beautiful job. Did Dream Feed Media write it? Who is that? It's someone local and someone close. The verbiage is too descriptive. I agree, expert. You have no power here. Now be off before someone drops a house on you. Where's the ruby slippers? Where's the ruby slippers? There they are. And there they'll stay. I used to have ruby slippers. I must have deleted them. No, I got them. There they are. And there they'll stay. Two, two, two. Toe, toe, two. It was so close, Trisha. You were so close to having the ruby slippers on your feet, weren't you? So close. And then here she comes, sweeps them right off your feet as she runs to the judge and says, Judge, I have the will right here. Thank you, Daphne, for not letting this person steal the ruby slippers that defined Janet Wolford's life. Trisha, you made Beth B's personal life public. You did this and created the Streisand effect. Toe Beans, well said. And you know what else this little strange woman from Utah did? Not only did she just spill all kinds of secrets about Beth B, she literally put up photographs of Beth B. You know what else she did? Okay, y'all see how indignant she is about these horrible, embarrassing, private facts that have been put in this obituary. You see all this, right? Right? Let me tell y'all what she said on her channel. Let me tell y'all what she put out publicly on her channel. She literally described what Beth B did as she was dying. The sounds that Beth B's body was making as she passed over. The moaning, the groaning, the death rattle. Trisha described it to her channel. Now, I'm just going to take a little guess here, Trisha. I'm going to make a guess that if Beth B didn't want an obituary, she didn't want an announcement of her death, I'm pretty damn certain she didn't want your ass telling the world the noises that her body made as life left her. But you didn't balk at that, did you? You didn't stop for a minute to get all upset and tore up and disgusted by that. You know, I think we need a Dallas detective doing a full investigation. I really do. I'm feeling really uncomfortable with what has been happening to Beth B in her final days. I'm feeling really uncomfortable about what was going on with Beth B once you moved and got an apartment that was within a couple of miles of her house, and then you come in here and you say, you saw her every day. I did. Nobody else. Nobody saw her. I'm the only one. Nobody texted her. Nobody emailed her. Nobody phoned her. Me. Trisha, I'm the only one. Was it on purpose? Is that why you had to run and get the phone? You didn't want anybody making an announcement that she had died? Oh, Trisha, this is bad news, man. There is something rotten up in Duncanville, Texas. Every bit of her dignity, Cinnamon, to the very last breath. Here's a clue, Trisha. Everyone understands the process of death and the death rattle. Everyone understands it except your idiot ass. I find it disgusting and obscene that you describe those moments, those private, precious moments, her crossing over into heaven. That was none of your business to describe to your channel or anyone else. So excuse me if I don't get all tore up about that beautiful write-up that honored a woman who had a life well lived, a woman who bought her own house, built up a fortune, had lifelong friends, when your history includes, wow, how much cocaine have you done? I hope she didn't keep nurses or home healthcare aides out because of her controlling nature. I mean, that elder abuse charges incoming. There you go. Oh my God. There you go. Right there. Yep. So Trisha has realized she is no longer in Oz. The wizard has been revealed. The wicked witch has been unveiled, and the ruby slippers are back in the hands of Daphne where they belong. And there's nothing left for you to do, Trisha, but to go back to your cabin in Utah. It's probably why Jolene cottoned onto it. I mean, she did. That was such an interesting live where Trisha is walking around Beth B's yard, and it, it was like it just snapped in Jolene's mind, and she was like, wait a minute, this is weird. What's happening here? And glory be to God, look at what has happened. This is wild. Well, see, that was part of the unveiling, expert of all. The cabin roof fell in back in 2003, like decades ago. And it was repaired. And after it was repaired, Trisha was on her channel saying her roof caved in and she needs money and wanted people to give her money. So that was part of the unveiling with all of the court documents and depositions. This is good data. This is not people making things up. These are official court documents. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, thank you. Oh man, this is a hornet's nest. Yeah, and it was actually, yeah, absolutely. Trisha was saying that Daphne was committing fraud. Daphne. But Daphne was the one with the will and all of the signed papers that let her invest Beth B's money and their decades-long friendship. Daphne could prove who she was. Me too, toe beans. This is because let me ask you this. There's two people who had substantial money that Trisha latched onto and got a lot of cash from. There was a man that he was a widower, and he enjoyed Web Sleuths, and he found out he sat back and figured out he'd given Trisha or Web Sleuths $50,000. Again, this comes out in court documents. And he said, she exploited me. She stole from me. She bilked me. I feel foolish. I'm a pathetic old man. Horrible. So she did it to the man, and we know about that because of a court case. She did it to sue an investor, the one that took her to court. She did it to Beth B. How many people did she do it to that just didn't come forward? That just said, I'm not going to make any hot water here. Yeah, I think Daphne is very unhappy about this whole situation. Fleeced. That was the word he used. Thank you, expert. Fleeced. He said he felt fleeced, or he was fleeced by Trisha. And then she comes out with this video. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, it's too much. It's so scary. And don't you think there's probably more wealthy old ladies or men who are lonely, and this gives her an opportunity to befriend them and take their money? It's really scary. Justice for Janet. There you go. Yep. And maybe, Elizabeth, it feels like that, doesn't it? It feels like that. And you got to wonder, what in the world does Othram think about all this? What crime has Web Sleuths ever solved or contributed to? She doesn't talk true crime. She doesn't know the cases. She couldn't even remember the name of Moman Highbridge when she was going to talk about Libby and Abby. She's not doing crime, y'all. You know what she does? She does exactly what Brittany J does. She pulls up an article and she reads a newspaper article, well, not newspaper, but an article talking about these various crimes. She just reads another person's work. And then they go into weird, I don't know. Yeah, and they're just commercials for the website. Yeah, that she no longer owns, right? Yeah, if one person can figure out, just because somebody's got a YouTube channel, that does not make them honest. There's a lot of people with YouTube channels that are trying to get their hands on some money. I'm not going to lie. I like to get my little paycheck. It's not much, but I like it. Look, you're not going to do a YouTube channel and monetize if you're not trying to get money. But here's where the path changes. It seems like these people that do all this grifting, they seem to be the ones that go real life, right? They're the ones that have all the phone numbers to all the subscribers. They're the ones that are talking to each other, calling each other. Look, there is no reason for a YouTube creator to be gathering your phone numbers. I don't think that is safe. What if you had trusted JLR? Would that be a guy you would want him to have your private information? Corey Richards. Yeah, I knew that. I heard about that. I'm not going to get all upset about that because sometimes I do the same thing. But if I'm going to talk about a crime, I'm going to make sure that I understand it, right? I'm going to make sure that I know the details and have some kind of new insight or something to offer. I'm not just going to sit here and read some journalist, writings. I'm just not going to do that. Not going to do it. Dry begging is her specialty, I think, don't you? Sitting there and telling you all of the money they don't have, everything that's going wrong, everything's breaking down, everybody's sick, and there's no money for the doctor, and there's no money to pay the light bill, and there's no money to buy Christmas presents for little children. That's your grifting. But to be fair, Trisha wasn't grifting. It wasn't small time payoff. She had her eyes on $1 million, y'all. She took $50,000 from an elderly man. She stole, just violated her business contract with this Sue Pruitt. This is not grifting. This is outright fraud. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Real lives. Yeah. Yes, that's right, Harley. And that information is in court documents. Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do true crime, you've got to understand the case. You need to know the names of the attorneys and the judge. You need to understand like what are the strengths of the case, what are the weaknesses of the case. No, she just finds an article on MSNBC and reads it to her channel and then goes, oh, that's just so bad. I just don't know. I just don't know. So bad. And then that's it. It's over. Well, Harley, I do know that the animal shelter is aware of all of this. I don't know of any police officers being contacted or anything like that. I mean, I wondered that, evidentiary. Maybe we're going to find ourselves watching the trial of Stacy Ribbit and Trisha. She wanted Nancy Guthrie's jewelry collection. Oh no, Harley, you got lots of catching up to do, sister. I mean, it is wild, crazy. Jolene Lunzer, Every Day with Jay. I did a few videos. Those are the big channels that you can go and learn about what Trisha has done. Oh, yeah, Harley. She's had an ultimate makeover. And you know what Lauren Matthias said? Lauren Matthias said that Trisha took donations from the channel for plastic surgery. Or not plastic surgery, cosmetic. What was the exact words, y'all? Cosmetic work? And maybe she said cosmetic work. That's her buddy, Lauren, spilling the tea. Yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Hella. I don't know why I'd left you out. Hella Excited Utterance has done amazing coverage of Trisha and Web Sleuths and the $1 Million Scam. Oh, I do love Hella. Yeah, I watch her. I watch every video they put out. Yep. I know her. I don't think it wasn't surgery. I think she said cosmetic work. I think that's the exact verbiage. Dreadful Penny also did it. I didn't know that Docket Decoder was covering Web Sleuths. I thought Docket Decoder was covering Lauren and John Matthias. Yeah, I hear evidentiary, the gossip was that she got dentures. I don't have any idea if that's true, but her bottom teeth don't look rotten anymore. Jay for Justice talked about it. Docket Decoder is looking into all these clowns. He does such good work too, doesn't he? And I have really, really enjoyed listening to Dreadful Penny. I usually listen to her during the day when I'm, like when I'm working. Getting Botox and filler doesn't cost $20,000. Plastic surgery, yes. Facelift, yes. Filler and Botox, low end $3,000, high end maybe around $4,500, depending on how many syringes they use. Yeah, I like Docket Decoder a lot, for sure. Yep. Okay, friends. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be back. I'm not sure. I know it won't be tomorrow because I work like 12 hours tomorrow. So that won't be happening. But I'll be back probably Wednesday would be my guess. Okay. Y'all have a great, great, great afternoon.
Woke up at dawn.
Oh, let's do this song. I like this song.
Trisha the grifter, strutting down round Beth B's yard. Brown loafer heels clicking like she owning it all. She found a lonely old woman. Trisha got a sparkle in her eye. Sweet tea and sympathy, then wave that phone goodbye. She coos, oh honey, let me help you text your friends. Next thing you know, that iPhone's sliding in her purse, and that phone is gone again. And Aaron's check signed, sealed, delivered with a kiss. Trisha's laughing and dreaming about all the way to the bank. Trisha's got that sparkle in her smile, that devil in her stride, stealing purses, phones, and bank accounts. Bonnie to Stacy's Clyde. Trisha the grifter, queen of the con, grifting lonely ladies from dusk till dawn. Phones and fortunes, she takes them with glee.
I believe she made the video either last night or the night before. I think it was last night, like early in the afternoon when it went up. That's when she did it. Such a weird reaction.
Funding her fabulous, ridiculous spree. Gold brooch pin right there on her chest, flashing brighter than the lie she tells best. Trisha the grifter, ooh, what a thief, living large on somebody else's money. New fur coat dripping, diamonds on her wrist, attacking John Ramsey, he is at the top of her list. John Benet, who she tweets with a sneer while sipping champagne that cost a whole year. She's got a brand new wardrobe looking oh so fine. But did she steal those fancy threads from Beth B's closet line? Closet rated midnight, hangers flying high. Trisha in best dress, waving that brooch to the sky. She's got that sparkle in her smile, that devil in her stride. Stealing closets, cash and clout, watch her take the ride. Trisha the grifter, queen of the con, grifting lonely ladies from dusk till dawn. Phones and fortunes, she takes them with glee, funding her fabulous, ridiculous spree. Gold brooch pin right there on her chest, flashing brighter than the lies she tells best. Trisha the grifter, ooh, what a thief, living large on somebody else's grief. Oh, Trisha, Trisha, what's a girl to do when the well runs dry and the marks are few? She just bats those lashes, spins another tale. Bless your heart, my darlings, then she's gone without fail. Trisha the grifter, swinging through the night, stealing phones and purses from the dead under soft moonlight. From lonely old ladies to Ramsey rants online, she's funding chaos with somebody else's dime. That big gold brooch catching every light on clothes that might belong to Beth B. Ain't that right? Trisha the grifter, sassiest grifter in town. Bow down, honey, she's wearing the crown. And I, Trisha, Trisha, Trisha the grifter. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Stole Beth B's clothes, kid.